Today, we are working on what are you more committed to? Are you more committed to your wealth or are you more committed to things staying the same? And I know in your brain, you're probably going, well, of course, I'm committed to creating the wealth and the success that I desire. That is what I live for. But is it really? What's really going on up in here in this subconscious mind of yours? What is running the show? As you probably know, if you listen to me on a regular basis, the subconscious drives 92 to 96% of your results. So even though consciously you might feel fully committed to being wealthy, to being successful, to making the difference that you came here to make, if the fears and the doubts are running the show, then unfortunately you're going to be pedaling really hard on a stationary bike and going absolutely nowhere. And that can be just so soul destroying and mentally and emotionally very destructive. So, how do we overcome this? Well, we've got to rewire this. We've got to shift our identity. We have to be more committed to our goals and dreams than we are to our fears, doubts, blocks, and limiting beliefs. Now, having said all that, what do we do on the Tap and Talk? The reason I do these is to get you tapping. If you are familiar with emotional freedom technique or tapping or EFT or whatever you want to call it, then this is a powerful technique. And whilst I've put out hundreds of videos that target specific things around money mindset and success and wealth and all kinds of different identities and beliefs, even just tapping, when you're not focused on anything specific, has a positive effect. Even though you're not focusing on a target, which is the most effective way to use tapping, just the tapping in and of itself is calming your central nervous system. It's working on things in the background that to release those fears, doubts, and blocks without you even realizing it, without you having to focus on it. So, whilst I am working through these principles and these frameworks on each and every live tap and talk, tap with me. I call it flow tapping. It is just a continuous tapping practice. And you will find that after doing 30 minutes of tapping, you're going to feel different. You're going to feel calmer. You're going to feel more centered. And you have no idea what you are releasing. That is the beautiful part about this. You are releasing stuff without even knowing what you're releasing. It's amazing. Now, if you don't want to do the straight tapping like this, then you can always shift to doing this, just tapping on the ends of the fingers where the cuticle of the nail bed meets the finger on the side there. You can just do that. It's really quite effective. It's not as effective as doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and we are going to talk about committing to your vision, your goals, your dreams. So if you're feeling stuck in any area of your life, then you can apply these principles to your relationships, to your health, to your wealth, to your career, to your business, to whatever it is that you feel that you're struggling with right now. And you know what? In life, the struggle is kind of part of the point. It's not about flattening the mountains that are in your way. It's about conquering the mountains. So why does an athlete want to win a gold medal at the Olympics? Why is that the ultimate, the pinnacle? Because it's the hardest thing to achieve. They want to do it because of the feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment, because of the struggle and the hardship along the way. Do they want necessarily the struggle and the hardship? I wouldn't say a resounding yes, but if it were easy, then firstly, everybody would be doing it. And it wouldn't give you that fulfillment, that satisfaction. There wouldn't be the growth and the expansion and all the little wins along the way, because the little wins are also very satisfying. So there's a saying, don't wish for it to be easier, wish that you were better. And I'm going to shift it a little bit and say, don't wish that it were easier, Do the work to make sure that you are getting better every single day. And that in and of itself, acknowledge the wins every day, no matter how small, because that is what will drive you forward through the hardest times, through the challenges. This is not an easy journey. Life is not an easy journey. And too many people want it to be easy, and that's why their life sucks. Their life sucks because they want it to be easy. It's never going to be easy. Give up the desire for life to be easy. Just do the work to be the best possible version of you every day. Focus on your vision, your goal, your dream, and take the action. Now, there's a great story by John Assaraf. When he was first starting out as a youngster, he had big goals and big dreams and all the rest of it. And he met his first mentor. Didn't know it was going to be his mentor at the time, but he met his first mentor. And the mentor said to him, well, are you interested or are you committed? And John Assaraf said, well, what's the difference? And the guy said, if you're interested, you will do what's convenient. If you're committed, you will do whatever it takes. There is a massive difference. The vast majority of people live lives of mediocrity because they are interested in the dream, in the vision, in having an easier life, in being wealthy, in doing all the cool things. They're interested in it, but they're not committed enough to actually do what is necessary to get the result. And we see this all the time in all areas of life. So somebody who has put on an extra 20 pounds or 20 kilos, depending on where you live. So that person who's carrying around that extra 20 pound, they may be not just overweight, they may be feeling very drained and tired. Maybe they've got some aches and pains that they're dealing with, and they want to lose the weight, but they're not willing to give up their croissants or their bagels or their donuts or the rest of their sugary foods and the inflammatory diet that is causing the inflammation in their body. They're addicted to the sugar, and you know that sugar is actually more addictive than cocaine, apparently, so I've heard. But they're not willing to do the hard yards to stop eating the crap food and get off their butts and do the necessary work, like go to the gym or go for a walk or get out there and work on shifting that weight. They just want to wake up one morning and it's gone. Well, unfortunately, that's not the way our world works. So they might be interested in losing the weight, but they're not committed to losing the weight. So whatever it is that you're focused on right now, are you interested or are you committed? Are you ready to draw a line and say, I'm all in? I refuse to accept this mediocrity in my life any longer. I refuse to struggle anymore. I am willing to do the work. I will learn what I need to learn. Actually, tap with me right now. Hopefully you're tapping anyway, but repeat after me. I choose to do the work. I choose to commit 100% to achieving my goal, my dream. I choose to go all in. I choose to make my goals non-negotiable. I choose to embrace the discomfort. I choose to experience the growing pains and continue to forge forward. I choose to embrace the failures and the setbacks and never, ever, ever quit. In spite of knowing it won't be easy. I choose to do what's hard so I can live the amazing life that I dream of. I choose to show up and expand every single day. I choose to find out what I don't know and acquire the knowledge that I need to achieve my vision and my goal. I choose to be willing to do whatever it takes. I choose to leave behind my old identity. That small version of me that does not serve me. And I choose to become the bigger, better version of me. Even though I know it won't be easy. Even though I know there will be challenges. Even though I know I have to face my fears. My goals and dreams are non-negotiable from this point forward. I am committing 1,000% to my goal and my dream. I refuse to struggle in these old habits and patterns anymore. I'm becoming the better version of me every day. I choose to be consistent. I choose to show up every day for my dreams. I choose to show up every day for myself. I choose to be 1,000% committed to my new life, to becoming the new me. I refuse to allow anything to stand in my way. I refuse to accept mediocrity. I refuse to sit on the sidelines for another minute. I know it's not going to be easy, but I know I'm capable of achieving anything I put my mind to. I choose to have courage. I choose to be resilient. I choose to be resourceful. I choose to have conviction. I choose to have endurance. I choose to be resolute. I choose to have the grit and determination to achieve anything I put my mind to. Okay, so here's the thing. Most of it's going on up here. This is what is either supporting you or sabotaging you in achieving your goal, your vision, your dream for your future and your life. There's a great story. It's actually a video that I saw a couple of years ago now, and it's always stuck with me. And it's this little boy. Have you ever seen the Ninja Warrior series where those really super insanely fit people and strong people do those ridiculous obstacle courses? Makes great television. And it's called the Ninja Warrior series. And they've got the wall. So they do all those obstacles. And at the end, they've got this ridiculous wall that they have to run up and then hit the buzzer at the top. I don't watch much telly, but I do love watching those kind of shows. And this dad is with his son, who, I don't know, must be about 8. He's a little boy. And there's a wall at this gym. And his dad's with him, and the kid's running at the wall and running at the wall and running at the wall. And he's, tried that they film him trying 5, 6 times and he just can't get to the top of the wall. So his dad stops him, takes him aside, kneels down with him. He says, "Repeat after me." You can repeat after me too while you're tapping if you want. "Repeat after me, son. I am strong. I'm invincible. I'm powerful. I can do this. I am strong. I can beat the wall." And he's got him repeating these phrases. And he turns his son around, he faces him at the wall, and he says, "Now go." And the son takes off and he hits the bottom of the board and he makes it to the top. Oh, I got a little bit teary. But the look on that kid's face, he turns around, he's at the top of the wall, and he has triumphed. He is so excited. The fact that he tried and he tried and he tried and he struggled, his father switched his brain to a belief, a level of belief that the kid hadn't had before. And as soon as the kid had the belief, he had the ability. Now, obviously, he had to have a certain level of strength. And his dad obviously believed that he had the capability. But when you combine the capability and the belief, wow, anything is possible. And every single big goal, big vision, big dream. Let me ask you, before I mention this, let me ask you, getting up and doing the same thing every single day, nothing changes. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's not fulfilling. It's not satisfying. You're not excited about life anymore. It's this drudge now. If you have to do that for another 5 years, same thing. Nothing changes. The same struggles, the same disappointments, the same mediocrity. How's that going to feel? What are you going to do about it? Are you committed to going all in on changing it? I mean, if you watch, these are not television shows that I do watch, but the reality weight loss shows. Biggest Loser, I think it's called. And they take these really enormously big people and through the most exhausting, rigorous. I mean, I don't know anybody who would have the level of mental commitment to be able to do that on their own. It's tough, man. But they do that for television. But look at the amount of weight they're able to lose. Now, I don't know what happens when they go home, where they've shifted themselves mentally enough to be able to maintain it. But if you want fast results, look at what it takes. And that's the same in everything. Look at anybody who has ever achieved anything significant and the amount of work that they had to put in, the focus, the commitment, the failures, the setbacks, the disappointments that they endured. I know it sounds exhausting, but it's like, is living the life, the life that you're living right now, is that actually helping you? And is that something that you want to continue? Or are you willing to go the extra mile? I know we all want it to be easy. I know, like, wouldn't it be nice if we could all win lotto and just sit back and never have to work ever again and just do whatever the hell we wanted? Yeah, but it'd get a bit boring after a while. The thing is that whatever it is that you want to achieve, you have a David and Goliath battle ahead of you. And I want you to think of that actual scenario of David and Goliath. Do you think David walked out to face the giant feeling insanely confident and absolutely sure of himself that he was going to win? Do you think he had no nerves or no fear whatsoever? I doubt it. He's probably absolutely pooping himself when he walked out to face the giant. but he had enough courage and conviction, and he'd thought it through, and he knew what he was going to do, and he succeeded, even against all the odds. He'd set himself up to be able to achieve success. He had a plan that had a chance at success, and he took his shot and he landed it. Knocked the giant out or killed him. I don't know which, but he won that battle. You know who Goliath is in your life? It's not outside of you. Your Goliath is in here. This is your Goliath. And that's good news, because this you can change. This is something you can tame. This is your monster. This is your Goliath. The more work you do on this, the stronger you become, the more you set yourself up for success. So, what are the things that you need to do to be able to accomplish the success? You need to do the mindset work. Like, that's not rocket science. You need to have a clear vision of what it is that you want to achieve. And practice winning in your head. Do you know that a large part of actually winning as far for athletes is they mentally rehearse in their brains. They mentally rehearse winning the gold medal, standing on the dais, being in the game. Say, for instance, you had to give a TED talk. Now, even for somebody who's quite an accomplished or used to public speaking, doing a TED talk would be incredibly intimidating. So imagine you have to give a TED talk, and you have a script, like it's either 10-minute talk or a 20-minute talk, whatever they've given you. And in order to really deliver on that TED talk, these speakers, they practice and they practice and they practice and they practice and they practice until that speech is absolutely, like, it's verbatim. It just flows. And I know how that works, because as somebody who spent a lot of time on stage learning play scripts and learning as an opera singer, learning arias and other sort of operatic songs to sing, you rehearse them until they are an unconscious competence, till it just, you don't even have to think about it. It just comes out automatically. And so when you're doing a TED talk, you rehearse it until it's automatic, until every single word just follows the previous one automatically. Now imagine that person who's doing the TED talk, instead of just wandering around their apartment or their lounge room rehearsing, they close their eyes and they envision the room, they envision the audience. And as they're going through their speech in their mind, they're seeing the audience. They're actually seeing the stage that they're on. They're seeing the reaction of the audience. They're seeing the people in their wings. They're seeing it all in their mind's eye as they're rehearsing. So when they get to the venue and they walk on the stage, there's probably still some trepidation and some fear and all the rest of it. That's normal and natural. From my experience as a performer, if you don't have that, then the performance tends to be flat. That sort of that nervous energy gives you an edge. But because they have visualized the scene, it's familiar. Even though they've never done it before, actually done it before, in their heads, the scene is familiar. So the subconscious recognizes it and goes, oh yeah, I've been here before. This is cool. It's all part of the process. So do you see how that can help to calm your nerves and actually helps to set you up for success? And of course, your brain, your subconscious brain, works in pictures and feelings. And the more you imagine and envision the world that you want to experience, the more the subconscious mind goes about creating it. because life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Think about that. Your subconscious mind, yes, it has all these programs running around in it, the fears, the doubts, the blocks, the limiting beliefs. It's also a projector. So I say this all the time, and you probably just get sick and tired of me hearing it. But this life that we are living, it is a holographic projection. It is an illusion of our creation because we are energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And it is your focus and your attention and your intention that creates your life and your future experience. And you know that today's experience is yesterday's news because what you are living today is the result and the consequence of the thoughts, the beliefs, and your feelings from yesterday and the day before and the day before that and the day before that. So if you want to change your tomorrow, you've got to shift your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions today. Shift your focus, your attention, your intention today, right now. Now, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to focus on being a billionaire and tomorrow I'll be a billionaire. Our life is, our world is a little more process driven than that. There's a process and a journey that needs to happen to get you from this point to the ultimate destination that excites you and lights you up. Yes? So commit to the journey and then train your subconscious mind to project the future. You can predict the future. You know how you predict the future? You create it. You create your future. I mean, is that not an exciting prospect? Are you living your life from that perspective? What if you shifted your life today from that perspective? Knowing that you can predict the future by creating it, by deliberately creating it. Abraham Hicks, The Art of Deliberate Creation. Your subconscious mind projects the future. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I've given you enough to think about. Your job from this point forward, get absolutely crystal clear on what it is that you want to create, on the life that you want to live. Think about the process, the journey, the plan, the action that you're going to take each and every day when you show up for yourself, your vision, for your dream. Set yourself up for success. What is it that you need to learn? What skills do you need to develop? What is the most effective process or framework or different actions that you can do, the most efficient and the most effective that you're aware of, because you don't know what you don't know, to be able to get you from where you are now to where you want to be in the fastest time possible. Now, you're not going to know how this journey is going to unfold. And let me tell you, it's going to be messy AF, man. Messy. Don't want it to be easy. Work on your ability to know that you can solve any problem, that you can overcome any challenge, that anything is possible for you. How do you do that? You do the mindset work. You do the mindset work every day, every day. You become the best and most powerful version of you every day. You learn the skills. You become the person you need to be. You fall in love with the journey. If you can fall in with the love with the messiness of the journey, if you can fall in love with the disappointments and the failures and the setback, I'm not saying that they're going to be fun. But if you can fall in love with the journey, knowing that it's all a part of getting to that place that you want to be at, and you do the work, and that you let go of your judgment and your criticism, If you let go of your investment in the initial immediate outcome, meaning that if you take action and you don't get the result that you want, meh, okay, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Analyze what went wrong or what you didn't know, what you know now. Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail 10,000 times to make the light bulb. I just found 10,000 ways that it didn't work. 10,000 times that he attempted before he actually created the light bulb. Do you have that kind of commitment? Do you have that kind of conviction, endurance, resilience, grit, determination? If you don't now, then those seeds are within you. Develop them. That's all you need to do is develop them, develop yourself. And then show up and take deliberate, aligned, inspired action every single day. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I love you loads. Keep tapping, keep doing the work. You are infinitely powerful. You have the ability to achieve anything you put your mind to. And if you have enjoyed this tapping with me today, then do me a favor, like and subscribe. Comment below, let me know how this landed for you. And if you want my free guide to the 600 money blocks, common money blocks, then just type money blocks in the comments below, or you can go to the link that I will make sure is in the description below. But you are so capable of achieving anything. Don't underestimate yourself. Back yourself. Go all in. I will see you in another tapping video very soon. Have a great day. Ciao.